I'm Dr. Drlarsyoungquist, Doctor of Chiropractic. Today we're going to be covering some foam rolling techniques, specifically for the low back, for the upper back, for the side of the neck, and then for the upper trap, specifically these larger muscles here that we often have knots in and how to release those. So today we're going to start off with the low back. And you can use a foam roll. You don't need much more than 18 inches. I got a 36-incher, cut it in half, and this is what I use. As far as specifically foam rolls, you want one that's got a little bit of a give to it, not the high density foam rollers. Those are like rock hard. So this is what I find to be most effective and helpful for foam rolling. So to start off with, put it about here. This is for low back. Your elbows are on the, your elbows are on the floor, best on a carpeted floor or with an exercise mat. And you're basically, with your elbows on the floor, you're resting your body weight on the foam roll until it's comfortable is what you can tolerate. You want this to be comfortable for you. And then you lift your hips up off the ground, rolling back and forth. You can move your elbows to be able to get to that lower back area and just feel it working that low back and forth. And this is good for the muscles, especially right by the spine and the low back itself. Now, one of the things I found helpful is to wide foot stance here for more stability, but also just lean your knees on one side, rolling back and forth. Now you're getting more of those muscles further out, lateral to the spine itself, and it's really good getting in those like iliopsoas, nice and relaxed. And let your knees go to the other side and roll. You're getting the muscles on that side as well. It feels really good. Again, you can move around with your elbows, but your elbows are supporting some of the weight, so it's not too much. This is typically a little too much weight on that low back for most people. Okay, now as far as for the mid and upper back, okay, from about here up, interlace your fingers together behind your head, bring your elbows together. That pulls the shoulder blades apart, exposing those muscles between your shoulder blades, which is the target here. And then lift your hips up off the ground. You can walk forward if you want. Lift your hips up as you're walking back and forth, getting those areas where you feel the tight dots, just rolling back and forth over them. And you can get that upper back area, just lifting your hips higher off the ground to get those areas. But again, keep your body kind of centered over it. What I found in my experience is if you're getting too high and your hips are low, it can slide out like that. So that's why we keep our hips up. Okay, so that's getting your upper back. Now, as far as foam rolling for the side of the neck, there are two parts where you're going to be laying on your side. You're going to be lifting up your hips up off the ground, and then you're going to be resting your hand here and rocking back and forth. I think it was like a windshield wiper coming back and forth. The force is generated from the legs and the core here, moving back and forth like this. Okay, so that's rolling the sides of your neck. Now, with your hand resting here, not pressing, but just resting, you have an increase in my hips about an inch or two off the ground. So you can feel that increase in pressure on the neck. It's nice, good deep tissue massage back and forth. Now, if you want to get some of those muscles along the base of the skull here, play with the angles. I change it about like that. And then I just rest, again, hips up off the ground, resting hand here, rocking back and forth. Now I'm getting those muscles right at the base of the skull, suboccipitals, which really is nice and relaxing for people, especially when those areas are tight. For the back of the neck, hands resting here. Again, the legs, all the motion is generating from here while these muscles here are relaxed, nice and relaxed. And you're just rolling along the base of the skull and the back of the neck, back and forth. It's a good kind of soreness. And then to do the other side of the neck, always work both sides, even if you're only sore in one. Like this, and just so you see it from a different view, hips up off the ground, hand resting here, and rocking back and forth. Again, the motion comes from the legs and the core, back and forth, and you're hitting those muscles on the side of the neck. Lastly, to get the upper traps, these muscles right in here, upper trapezius muscles, a lot of us have knots up in here, especially if you're doing a lot of work on a computer. These muscles can get overworked and can tighten, spasm on you. Just nice and relaxed like this. Same position as for the neck, with the knees bent. We're lifting hips up off the ground, basically, and then driving your body, your upper traps on top of the foam roll like this. Stabilize with your hand here. I'm going to move out of the way so that you can see, but it would be like this. But you're rolling back and forth, that same windshield wiper motion originating from the the legs and the core back and forth. You can stabilize here if you want. Again, as you're up on that upper trap, you're rolling onto the knot, past it, onto the knots, past it, and just back and forth. And it's a great way to release the knots in those upper trapezius muscles. Kind of see it from a different angle. As you're working the other side, always work both sides. 2 steps, hips up off the ground, drive with the leg going forward, stabilize with a hand here, rocking back and forth. Okay, nice and relaxing, getting those upper trap muscles. And then relaxing and coming down. Start off with roughly 5 minutes, not in one area, but just work your way around. Maybe anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds in one area, then move on to another area, then move on to another area and just come back around. In that way, it's really, even 5 minutes total time is very therapeutic. Some patients have set an alarm on their phone, and just when it's their chill, relaxed time in the evening, they will then have the reminder. They'll multitask for 5 minutes. If you're watching TV or if you're on the phone, put them on speaker, just talking with someone. Just have your foam roll near the sofa or near wherever it is that you chill, and just break it out and foam roll for 5 minutes. And it's just, you can do it on a daily basis, since it's just a gentle massage type of activity. And again, no weights, and it will help release those tight spasms in the areas in your back and your upper traps and your neck. Thank you.